Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome. I'm Elliot, VP of Marketing here at Jotform, and today I am so excited to introduce Jotform AI Agents for Shopify, our latest AI integration designed to take your Shopify store to the next level. Think boosted customer engagement, decreased cart abandonment, real-time product data updates, and much more. In today's presentation, we'll have a product demo and live Q&A session, so feel free to leave your questions in the chat as we go. But first, a quick introduction to Shopify AI Agents and why they're essential for any Shopify store. Back in February, we launched Jotform AI Agents as the future of customer service. But since then, we haven't stopped iterating and looking for new ways they can add value for our customers. So, considering our strong foundation of e-commerce users who integrate with Shopify, it was a natural fit to create Shopify AI Agents, aimed at Shopify store owners and e-commerce managers who want to improve their online customer service. With Shopify AI Agents, you can look forward to perks like 24/7 customer support, real-time stock and data updates, smart shopping assistance, omnichannel support, and much more. Shopify AI Agents automate support channels, boost productivity, and can be personalized to fit your needs, so you save time and money to help you scale your e-commerce business. So, if you're ready to transform your Shopify store with AI Agents, stay tuned for our product demo to see them in action. And don't forget about our live Q&A session right after. Kimberly, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Elliot. Hey, everyone. My name is Kimberly Polita, and I'm the Customer Education Specialist here at Jotform. And it is officially time to jump into our demo. And if you are a Shopify merchant, this is going to be such a game changer and help you increase your conversions. So as you can see, I am currently in my Shopify store. We have some clothing, we have accessories, and I want to add in an AI agent to help, again, increase those conversions. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my products. So you can see before we kind of get started, I have all my products here. We have showing in stock. We have lots of different products, especially when it comes down to these shoes and the dresses. You have lots of different sizes, lots of different variants. You see, we have lots of different options. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over into the Shopify App Store. You can do a simple search for Jotform AI Chatbot, and I'm going to go ahead and do the install, and we'll choose my account. All right, and here you can see we have that authorization. We need to allow Shopify and Jotform to communicate back and forth. So it's going to look at your customers, and of course, you as a store owner, it's going to look at your products, your orders, your online store, and the Shopify admin accounts. Let's go ahead and install. And we now see it over on the left-hand side of the screen right over here. Let's go ahead and connect. And for me, I'm already logged into my Jotform account. So we can see right down here, it has me already logged in. So if you aren't already logged in, or if you don't have an account with Jotform, you'll want to set one up here at this spot. I'm going to go ahead and allow. And you can see over on the left-hand side, now that we are signed in, we now have account settings and pricing information. But here is where we can create our AI chatbot. Now, if you are familiar with Jotform, and maybe you have already created your own AI chatbot in Jotform, you can easily choose an existing one. But for this example, we're going to create a brand new AI chatbot. And we'll go ahead and choose next. And this is where we can select our skills for our chatbot. So we can see we have product discovery, which is going to guide customers to personalized product recommendations, customer support. So we have the FAQs, the inquiries, the products, and the policies. And then we also have engagement of, so I'm going to do this one too, to boost sales, recommendations, promotions, and discounts. And then we also have order management. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on all of these for this. This is going to help with that tracking, the shipping, returns, order status. So let's go ahead and choose next. And here is where you can describe your chatbot for your store. Now, it went ahead, looked at my store, and it kind of gave us a brief description. Now, this is 100% editable. So if you want to completely delete this and put in your own, or maybe just edit some things in here, you can absolutely do that. But for this example, I'm just going to leave it how it is. Assist customers by providing stylish recommendations. We have the bags, the dresses, the earrings, the heels, everything that's in my store. Communicate with a warm and friendly tone. Perfect. And help customers Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and create our AI chatbot. So we can see that it is looking at my store. It's looking at all of the products that I have. Again, all of those variants, and it's training our AI chatbot, our assistant. It's creating that tone and then adding those finishing touches. And now we're taken to our AI chatbot settings. So first up, we get to choose our agent's persona. So we get to choose what we want our agent to look like. We can scroll through here. We can find someone that fits our brand best. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this first one for this example. Then we have our agent's persona. So what do you want your agent to be named and what do you want their role to be? So if you want to change these, you can. I'm going to go ahead and have this be Birch's Blush and Birch's online assistant. We get to choose what that chattiness looks like. We don't want it to be too short, but then again, we also might not want it to be super long. So somewhere right in the middle is that sweet spot. We have that default language we get to choose from. We have our tone of voice between casual, professional, or friendly. And then we also have that greeting message, which for here is, hi, how can I assist you? And we have an idea of what this looks like right down here. Perfect. So if we go back up, we get to change our agent style, which is the color and the feel. So we can have this fit our brand in our store. So as of right now, I'm just going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and choose this first one. If you have very specific brand colors, you can choose that start and end color here, the chat background. If you want to change the font family and that font color, you can. If you would prefer your chat position to be on the left-hand side, you can put it on the left-hand side. I prefer the right, so I'm going to leave it there. And then do you want it to be open by default? Right here, it's always open. But if you would prefer it to open after 5 seconds, 10 seconds, completely up to you. Or if you want it to not open at all and just have someone click on that person's picture, your agent's picture in the bottom corner, you can have it do it that way. I'm going to go ahead and have it as always open. And of course, we have that pulsating effect. Perfect. We see that color change. Good deal. All right, now let's jump over to train your chatbot. So we can see right here, it's going to auto train because it's pulling all that information from my store. We have the items, collections, any campaigns I have, product details, anything about me, privacy policy. It's pulling all of that in. And then right down here, we have our agent skills. So these are the things that we chose right at the very beginning. And you can see we have some things that are coming soon. So you always want to check back to see if there's new updates for your Shopify agent. All right, so all of these are turned on, which is perfect. And we, of course, have that preview again down at the bottom. And we are pretty much good to go. Now, one thing I want to mention is if you are already a Jotform user, you have the same features over on the Jotform side. So I am going to jump over into my workspace and I'm going to do a quick refresh to see if we can see that agent here. And here we have Sophia, our online assistant. Let's go to Edit Agent. And if we come over here to Train, we can see we have some things in the train tab already, but if we come down to actions and tools, if we choose Shopify right here, we see very similar things. We have the show products, the order status, recommending products, adding to cart, and we can also add new from here. Get to select that option. We see those two things that are coming soon as well. So whether you are building this from Jotform side or from Shopify side, it's going to be a very similar experience. So let's go ahead and head back. And I am going to publish our chatbot. All right. And here we can see our agent. So let's go ahead and give this a test. I'm going to start out with tracking an order. All right. We need order number and email address. So let's go up. And so we have Maggie. It looks like her order has been fulfilled. It's been shipped. And so her order number is 1002. So I'm going to go ahead and head back over. And let's do the order number is 1002 and her email address. All right. And we can see our order has 2 items. It was $75. It's been confirmed. We can see that it's on the way. And we can also track that order. So let's go ahead and let's say I'm looking for a green dress. And let's see what pops up. All right. So we found a lovely green dress called the Sage Bloom Midi. It's $55. If we click here, it'll take us to that product's page. But we can also see that there's also some recommendations in here. We have a green necklace to go with that green dress. But let's say, you know what, I want to go ahead and add this to my cart. As you can see, we haven't gone to the website at all. We've literally just been doing this within the chatbot. So it says it comes in several sizes. I'm going to go ahead and do medium. All right. That dress in size medium has been added to your cart. Perfect. Let's go ahead and scroll up and let's click on our carts. All right, and here is our cart. We have our Sage Bloom dress medium in our cart. And it's also asking, do we want accessories to match your dress? You can continue going with this, but as you saw, it did give us a product recommendation right up here. So let's go ahead and ask what the return policy is. Perfect, good deal. And it is as simple as that. So let me jump back over and we can see over on the left-hand side where we had the account settings and the pricing, we now have conversations. So this is going to allow you to see what those conversations looked like. So if we click here on view conversation, we can see everything here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is down at the bottom, right down here, we see take over. Because this conversation is actively going, we can easily take over from the chatbot and we can have that conversation ourselves. All right. I think that is it as far as getting your Shopify agent installed, getting it edited, getting it tuned to you and your brand, and giving it a test. It worked flawlessly. So I know we have some questions. So let's go ahead and jump over into our Q&A. All right. As we were going, I saw a lot of questions coming through and I saw our team doing an awesome job answering those questions in the chat. I did want to kind of pull out some that I saw and answer those questions for you here. So the first one is actually right where we are. It's talking about how can I ensure that when customers ask to talk to a human, that they're moved to a queue to talk to one of our staff. So yes, again, you can absolutely have that live takeover. So as you're having a conversation, you can come in here and you can absolutely take over. Yes, we want to take over. And now I can start typing in responses to our users. Now, one thing to keep in mind, let's jump back. Let's go back over here. One thing to keep in mind too is whenever you come over here to publish, we can come up here to settings and we get our notifications. So you'll want to make sure that your notifications are turned on. So for example, you want to know whenever someone is chatting, so you have the opportunity to take over. So make sure you come up here, you click on settings and you look at the overall settings, general and notifications. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Can I customize the agent's tone and appearance? Yes. So I'm currently in Jotform. I'm going to show you what this looks like in Jotform since I did show it earlier over in Shopify. So if I come over here to train and I come up here to AI persona, we get to change that here. We have that tone, what that looks like here. But if I come over to build, we can change that avatar here. So a couple different places, but very similar to the experience over on Shopify's website. Let's see. How can I track customer conversations with my AI agent? Yeah, so with that conversations panel in Shopify and also over here on Jotform, you have access to the chat history, real-time logs. And again, you can do that conversation takeover. And if you want, you can even dive deeper into any type of analytics that come with that on Jotform's side as well. All right. In what ways can the Shopify AI agent personalize customer interactions without manual input from the store owner? So I think a big piece from that is going to be that whenever it was setting it up, it was looking at our store. It was looking at all of our policies and everything. So if you want to add in more definitely come over to the train tab and you can add a new knowledge source. So you can see we have the privacy policy. We have some different things that are added in. You can make it even better for your users by choosing to add new knowledge. You can choose regular knowledge where you're just going to type in things that you want your users to know. We can use that link. So earlier you saw that privacy policy. If you have your own website outside of Shopify, you can add that in here and it will start periodically crawling. And again, you can choose daily, weekly, or monthly. So that way it pulls from there. If you have PDFs, you can upload a PDF here for your AI agent to use. And then if you have very specific FAQs that you know that you're going to get a lot, you can use the question and answer. You'll just put that one question here and answer it here. So that way your AI agent has something really specific to pull from. If I'm struggling with abandoned carts and missed inquiries, how can this tool help me? So the big thing here is you are not going to be needed, right? You're going to have this AI agent for you. So if you have people who are asking questions, who are looking for something specific and they can't find it and they ask your chatbot knows your store. So it can look through your store and it can pull those items that your person is looking for and easily add them to cart. So like I said, this is definitely going to increase your conversion rate. All right, does it support other channels beyond website chat? Yes. So you can have omni-channel communications with this. It is really nice. So web, chat, voice. If I come over here to the publish tab, you see a lot of different options. WhatsApp. You have your Shopify agent, Gmail, Zoom, presentation, Messenger, lots of different ones that you will be able to utilize and pull from. And if you have your website, you can use a standalone and you can embed it on your website as well. What kind of questions can the AI agent answer for my customers? So I think a big one from that is going to be from that train tab. If we come down to tools and we look at Shopify, this is going to be exactly what the AI agent is going to be able to answer for your customers. So right here, when a user asks about products, so details about all of your products, their order status, where is it? Is it shipped? Is it being packed? Where is it in the process? It can tell your users that. It can recommend products, right? Or you can even share the best-selling products as well. And then of course, if someone wants to purchase something, they can add it to the cart. I guess another thing with that too, we talked about like the return policy. You can add things in there with that as well. And another thing with this is we have actions. So if you are familiar with Jotform, this is kind of like conditional logic. So if, then, so maybe if someone adds something to their cart or someone says something specific or asks about something specific, we can have it trigger a form. Maybe it is for feedback or they want to start a return process. They can start that form, or maybe it's an entire workflow with a form. Lots of different things that you can do within the back end of your AI agent. And I think that is it. I still see the chat going and I see our team answering our questions there. I think those were like the big ones that we definitely wanted to make sure that you guys got answers to. But if you submitted a question and it did not get answered with this webinar, don't worry, our team will be reaching out to you. If you have general questions about Jotform, definitely check out our website. And you can also utilize our support channel, jotform.com/contact. They're available 24/7 and they'll get back in contact with you in a few hours. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few minutes back in your day and we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us.